Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Freeform live show. And today we have for you an amazing book called Royce Rolls by Margaret Stoll, and we're super excited about it. I currently don't have the book, Reagan does.
Yeah, it's right here.
The beautiful book cover. Woo! Look at that foil. Very nice. So we're kind of in a rush because me being stupid, I did not bring my laptop charger with me. I'm currently moving out of my house, my childhood home, so everything's gone. So we're gonna make this a fun, quick live show. So Reagan, want to jump in with your thoughts and a summary of what this book is about?
Yeah, of course. So this month we were lucky to do a paid promotion with Freeform Books, which is an imprint of Disney Publishing worldwide.
Woo!
So that was really exciting. But this month we read Royce Rolls, which is by Margaret Stoll, which is a really fun YA contemporary novel following our main character, Bentley Royce, who's part of a super famous reality TV family. Think of like the Kardashians. Basically, though, they are on the eve of cancellation. And Bentley is secretly super excited about this because she hates being on reality TV and actually wants to go to college and be a normal girl. But her family, being very narcissistic and fame hungry, are freaking out about this and are willing to do anything in their power to get renewed, include staging a fake wedding. We follow Bentley and we follow her crazy family as they move in and out of Hollywood. So that's kind of what it's about.
Okay, it's like, okay, so initial thoughts, I think that for me, it was such a fun book. I was not sure if I would like this novel just because I don't really like reality TV shows because it's just not my thing. But when I started reading this book, I was like skeptical at first, being like, I bet it'll be fun, but I don't think I'll be able to relate to this character at all. But when I got into it, she was such a fun character. This book was just fun. I haven't read a book that made me laugh out loud or like just have pure enjoyment like this in quite a while. So I was really, really impressed by it. And I really would give it like a 4 out of 5 stars. How about you, Reagan?
Yeah, totally the same. I, unlike Sasha, am a reality TV junkie. I love reality TV. I'm like a avid Bravo fan freak. I watch all the Real Housewives. I was really excited to read this just because I really like reality TV. And I really enjoyed it. Like, I really thought I was going to, and I really did. It was so fun to see the antics of everyone. And I think I said this in my review a few times, I really appreciated how Margaret Stoll painted Hollywood. She really showed how far people are willing to go to try to keep and maintain the fame that they have or want, and it just shows how narcissistic everyone is and how shallow their lives are, which actually makes you like feel kind of bad for them. Because I don't know about you, like looking at Bentley's sister at some points, I was like, your life has no meaning besides lip gloss and bodycon dresses, and it's really sad.
It's so cool.
Really ended up liking this book. I loved the characters. I really liked Bentley. I thought it was super funny and really fun. And I gave it also a 4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, like, when I finished reading this book, I was like, oh, like, I wonder if I can relate it to my family at all, like, the crazy family. And, like, today, just, like, moving out of our home, even though my sister's on here, it's been, like, literally, like, a reality TV show. And I've just been having parallels. Like, for example, my sister had entrusted my older sister, Nikki, with these, like, very precious artworks. And so Nikki put them in the corner of Merce's bedroom. And I thought they were already taken care of and out of here. And I never even knew that those were the ones that she wanted. So I was like, oh, okay, so so it's all taken care of. Everything that we need is out of this house right now. The rest is going to donation and trash. And so I literally took her artworurt and threw it out the window thinking that it was trash or donation. And then my sister was like, oh my gosh, where is this stuff? And I'm like, it went to Goodwill. So now we're chasing it down. We're chasing it down at Goodwill because the communication with families are so vital. And I feel like that has just like been paralleled with this book. And I'm like, I feel this. I feel you, Bentley.
No, like completely. I similarly have like a pretty wild family. I have older siblings and just like all the antics of like miscommunication. And then like when family gatherings happen and everyone's personalities begin to clash and like you're rolling your eyes at everyone. It's just always really, really funny to see that. I have to say, I loved reading about Bentley's family. Like, they were so vivid in terms of characters. And in a lot of ways, the mom, kind of, as much as you disliked her, I also had a lot of respect for her.
Yeah, so true.
Like, she was going to do anything to get her family where she felt like they needed to go, and she was not going to let anyone stop her, slow her down. And maybe, like, she had the wrong, I guess, inspiration, and maybe her approach was wrong, but like always her end goal, like in a lot of ways you gotta respect her for it. And she was just She was a formidable woman.
She was. She's kind of like, in a way, like, I know that people rat on Kris Jenner a lot and what she's done and stuff, but like, I feel like a lot of it's also for show. Like, you know, you see them how they are, and you just think, yeah, they're crazy. Yeah, like their parents are kind of psycho. Yeah, the mom of, you know, the Kardashians really like sold her daughter sex tape. Yeah, it's crazy. And I feel like that's what they focus on a lot of the time, the media. But then they also never really like take a look into like actually like what they do and like really the underlying causes of it and like really what their true motivations are. And I feel like with any of our parents, our moms, our dads, like you would see some like similarities, being like they would do whatever they can. A lot of them would to get you to like the best place in your life that you can get.
Exactly. And I also really appreciated the kind of mystery aspect of this book. About halfway through, like there was the it has a timeline of it starts with the ending, and then you kind of follow through the book to see how it got there, and then it has a little bit after to explain everything. And I really liked that, because at the end you kind of are on this downward roller coaster of like, what the crap happened? Like, what is going on? Cool. And then you try to figure out how they pulled the whole thing off. And I just thought it was really impressive, like how they did that.
I know, and like, you know, something that surprised me about this book was that, and also the way it was like written and like the layout of it. It was not like a typical book that I would think I would be reading when I jumped into it, and like how it had little like end notes and little like, you know, just snippets of like what actually goes on within the reality TV show world. It was cool, and I kept on mentioning that in my review, just saying like the reality TV show world is exposed in this book, and it was a very interesting way in doing so. And I feel like we like see that, we know that reality TV is not actually reality, but like the true extent that they go to, like that going fake wedding and doing all that crazy stuff, like. And I felt like it was kind of like a satire of the Kardashians too. So I'm like, so crazy. It's so funny.
Yeah, no, I really definitely just appreciated this book. I also liked how there were snippets of that gossip blog, like in the middle of it. Kind of see how they were changing public's perceptions. Like every time Bentley did something to try to gain more exposure for her family, like you got to see like a public reaction to, which I thought was really interesting. I also just liked, I guess you know, like those Hollywood stunts, how you're like, people say that they're probably fake, but like you don't, I don't know. In my mind, I like don't believe them. I'm like, oh no, they just do that. And then I think about the fact, and then this book made me think about like how much of every like accidental like crazy girl meltdown is actually entirely not real, but instead a media grab. Like I'm like, what do you believe anymore?
I know. It's like you tend to like not trust anything at that point. And it's like, well, it's probably infuriating to like PR people being like, but we didn't actually set this up. Like this is totally real. This is reality. It's so true.
But I thought it was so funny. And I also really liked the lifespan like and her. I thought she was so funny. And I loved how her and how like she'd be like, hey, I'll hack into this security footage for you if you send a large Domino's pizza to my school for lunch. Like if she can't get junk food in her house.
Yeah.
I was like, God.
It's fun. It's like every single thing in this book was just like pure enjoyment for me. Like Bentley, I never thought that I could relate to her just because she comes from a different walk of life of myself and totally different. And like seeing how like, you know, she kind of like became human, it just makes you see like, you know, people on TV, they are human, and it's just like the way that we perceive them and the way the media perceives them that makes them kind of like either more ethereal and more like godlike or less so and more like people call them pieces of trash. So it's really interesting to like them kind of being brought down to the same level you're at and being like, hey, you're human.
I honestly feel like this book would be a really awesome TV series or movie. I just think it'd be really fun. Like all the fashion, like I could just see this on like CW with like Pretty Little Liars. Like one, the fashion in it would be really cool. Two, like it has a mystery element to it, and like a girl takes on huge problem and she's gonna freaking do it, like watch her go kind of thing. And I think this would be really, really fun to watch because I don't know.
It was really just fun, and I think that like you know, for our book club, we tend to go for the more dramatic or, you know, very different type of genre books that aren't like revolving around contemporary kind of like fun reality TV show type of stuff. Like our books that we usually pick for this book club are like, you know, fantasy, science fiction. We do mystery. Like it's very different. And sometimes we have the occasional contemporary, but nothing like this has ever entered our like book club sphere. And I think that's really cool that like we got to kind of change it up a bit, and we both really did enjoy it. We thought it was very enjoyable and fun.
Definitely, because it's not like Sasha and I read contemporary, but it's definitely not our main genre. Like as Sasha mentioned, like science fiction, fantasy is definitely where we tend to gravitate first. But I thought this was such a nice breakup for what I normally read. Like even just in general, like books, even outside the book club, like I generally read fantasy, like I'll be honest. So it was just, this was nice to just break up what I read because it's so different, and it was like an entirely different reading experience than what I normally consume, and it was just so much fun, and I just really, really ended up liking it. So this was like such, I don't know, I had high expectations, but like also still like a really pleasant surprise. I thought this book was so fun.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you thought that, and I'm glad that we both like agree on that because, you know, it's always fun because Reagan and I, we read very similar things, but we sometimes have differing opinions on those things. And like, I feel like this is such a new thing to both of us that like, I'm glad that like, we were able to talk it out and be like, so do you think this too? Yeah, but it's just crazy. And you know, like during all this time, like it was a really cool escape too. This book is a very fun escape, and usually I'm like, if I want an escape, I'll read something that doesn't take place on this world. But then I like think, and then I read books like these, and I'm like, then that's an escape, and that's so much fun. It's different world, different.
Well, it almost is like you say, like I don't want to be on this world, but it almost seems like their world is so different than our world that it almost does seem like going to a different world. Like being in Hollywood stardom, like that's not everyday average sort of thing. Like it's an entirely different situation. Did someone just get pulled over? There's 2 bike cops outside my window, and I think they just pulled over a car.
Oh my God. My friend got pulled over by a cop when we were in the car together, and like it scared the crap out of us because the guy like knocked on our window. We're like, oh, it's so scary.
Yeah, no, but like I just feel like Margaret Stoll did a really great job just making Hollywood be as ridiculous as it probably is and as we imagine it to be. Just the parties, the kiss-assing, like all of that. And I just felt like she didn't glamorize it at all. In fact, like I feel like she did the opposite. She like stripped it down to what it is and how absurd it is.
And since my laptop's getting to 6%, I think that this will be a nice transition to be, hey, otherworldly, well, let's bring you up to date on what our May book club book is. Reagan, do you have the book with you, or do we not have it yet?
I haven't gotten it in the mail yet. It just came out, but we're doing another promotion with Disney, and we're doing The Dark Prophecy. I'll grab the first one. Be right back.
I'm so excited. Like I look like a giddy, like little kid right now because, guys, I think that was one of my favorite books last year. Like
I know. So we're reading The Dark Prophecy, which is a sequel, the second one of the Trials of Apollo, the first one being The Hidden Oracle, and we actually read this last May for our book club. Sasha and I both loved it. So excited to read and talk about the second one, which she's a gymnast, guys.
Oh my gosh, she's such a gymnast. I'm just like falling all over the place.
We're so excited to read the second one for our book club because we both love the first one so much. I love Rick Riordan. I've literally read all of his books. So it's always such a pleasure for when he has a new book come out. And we're just so pumped about it. So
I'm so excited. Like, honestly, like, once I get my hands on this book, which will be soon, I'm just gonna, like, gobble it up because I remember last time we read it, like, it was just such a fun book, and I love Rick Riordan, and I think this is my favorite series of his so far.
It's just, it has so many perfect elements of Rick Riordan. Like, to me, it has the humor of the first Percy Jackson series and, like, the funness because of the age of that, but it also has so many great social progressive elements too that he's incorporated in one of his newer series, and it just has like everything about Rick Riordan I love in one series. It's just so fun.
It's really fun. It's a blast, and I cannot wait to read it because I have a full month to like kind of like relax this month.
Hey, me too. Yay, school's out.
I know, right? It's like, hey, and you graduate at the end of this month, right?
Yeah. So my last final's on Wednesday, and then I graduate on the 19th, officially wrapping down and everything.
That is crazy. And then you're making your way up to Chicago, right?
Yeah, but not till August. So I'll be in Texas, Tejas, all summer.
Oh my gosh. And like I'm doing like a total switch because I'm like, I should stay in Chicago for longer because I don't want to drive back.
I know. You should just move to Chicago.
I know. I was thinking about that because like my dad like needs my help more than ever right now because he got a 3-story townhouse and like we have 3 dogs and one of them doesn't climb stairs and my dad's like,
hey, no, you should move to Chicago and then we can hang out all the time.
Yes, we can just go to the bookstore and we can go like just like, you know, creep on people watch. That's like creepy. Why am I thinking about that stuff? I'm ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We're sorry that this is rushed. I am very ill prepared. That's why I'm wearing my dad's trophy daughter shirt that he has trademarked. He literally has like a little watermark that's like Peter Alsberg. But we'll be back to you guys next month with another live show for The Dark Prophecy, and we're so excited about that. And we hope you enjoyed this book read along month with Royce Royals. We really loved it, and we hope you guys did too. Okay, Reagan, I think that's all, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.